What number are we on? I think we're on 47. Shit. What have I done? Yes, 47. Cool. All right, Ian. That's the intro.
Welcome!
Actually, do you know what? Screw it. Yeah, that is the intro. Hello there, and welcome to the Everybody Dies podcast. A podcast about board gaming and tabletop gaming, all that good stuff. I am Steve, and today I am joined by...
Daryl.
And T-Pain.
Oh my god, what?
Whoa.
What?
It's me, T-Pain.
Do you know what, I loved you in I'm on a Boat. It's one of my favourite songs.
T-Pain's had to go now.
Has he gone back? Oh, that's fair.
So,
That's
But
fair.
I'm coming live from a cathedral. This is me in a cathedral.
how would you sound in a cave?
Very similar. So if I go from the cathedral, hang on, let me step out the door. Right, I'm in the cave now.
Oh, boy.
What have I
was
missed?
fun.
What have I missed?
Yeah. Shall I come out of the cave? Shall I? Hang on.
Yes, join us in...
There we go.
Podland.
I'm in the studio.
Man, what a
Welcome
lovely
back
lacious
to the
house.
studio.
Actual hell.
Right,
Are we not going to address
then.
what just happened there?
I'm not actually T-Pain. I'm Ian. There we go. We can move on.
yeah, exactly.
Wow, okay. Shock and horror there.
Okay. Okay, so to kick things off on this podcast, I'm going to talk a little bit about what has been going on since the last time we spoke to you. One video has gone up, and that has been our Mysterium Park unboxing. So, lots of really neat stuff to see in there. It's a much smaller box than the original Mysterium, but it's like packed full of stuff. Really, really cool. So by all means, go and check out that video after this. But yeah, apart from that, that's what we got. And today, we will eventually be talking about which are the best doggos in board games. Cannot wait for this one. I'm sure we will be debating the hell out of this for hours, but yeah.
We're masters of debate.
Oh, of course.
Oh, wow.
Always are. Okay. I guess we move on to what we've been playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just waiting for the next like weird audio thing.
Oh, this is really running at a pace, this one. Okay. What have we been playing? I've been playing absolutely nothing.
And
Okay.
I too have played absolutely nothing.
It's been kind of like the curse of lockdown, I
Yeah.
suppose, is it's just really hard to be playing games with people again. And especially with this time around, we've not been furloughed, so our other jobs we're all going to at the moment. But Ian, I believe you have actually played something.
I played a game today.
Tell us a bit.
It was called Frenetic.
Okay.
Basically, there are several rounds. It's first to 1,000 points.
Jesus.
And what you do is
What-
you take four tokens out of a bag each turn, and they are elements on the periodic table.
Okay.
You have to make words out of their periodic table symbol. So let's say, for example, we had P, and then OP. I could make the word pop. And you
Okay.
get points based on their atomic number.
So in other words, although it's to 1,000, you're scoring pretty big each time.
Yeah,
in
so it
theory.
took 5 rounds for me to win.
Oh God. Okay.
I think maybe 6 rounds. I think I got to like 950 in 5 rounds. And then I just had to get one word that Laura didn't have. So if we both get the same word, you cross it out and no points are scored. You only get points scored for each word you have that your opponent doesn't.
Okay. Is that for future rounds as well? So if you've taken pop in the first round, no one can
You can't
take that
use it again, yeah.
Okay, I see.
Otherwise, you'd just spend the entire time writing down words, because it's time. So you get like 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a bit of a high-pressure game then.
Yeah, Laura likes that sort of thing. I don't. Laura likes. She loves stuff like bananagrams and this, and it's like time-based and it's pressure and it involves thinking. And I've been working all week, and I just want to sit down and not do that. It's not unfun. I just don't find myself in a situation where I want to do that.
Yeah.
It's fun enough. I don't not recommend it. If you're into that sort of thing, it's fun. It's like equivalent to Scrabble if you like science.
So if you've kind of played the hell out of Scrabble, want to stick with word games, but want something a bit different.
Yeah, I would at that point I'd say bananagrams.
Okay, sure.
But like if you're into science and you're sort of savvy with the periodic table, then yeah, that.
Okay. Well, seeing as we have no other games to talk about, shall we play a game on this podcast for once?
Let's do it. Let's break the fourth
I
wall.
spy with my little eye something beginning with S.
Screen?
No.
Okay.
Sanitizer?
No.
Oh, man.
Do you give up?
Yeah.
It's seams. The seams of the t-shirt I'm wearing. It's S for seams.
I've got to be honest, I'm glad I gave up when I did.
Yeah. I mean, sanitizer got me, so that's me done.
Yeah.
So I win,
Right.
so it's winner stays on, right?
Sure. What's next?
I spy.
Do you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go get someone, and we will start playing a game.
Okay.
Oh,
Bear with
yay.
me. One moment. Well, Tar Nation, it is time for Mr. Lister's Quiz Shootout. Okay, I am your glorious host, Mr. Lister, and today we are joined by two teams, represented first by the team with an eagle grabbing a lightning bolt out of the sky. We have Iain. Iain, where are you from, and what is your favourite hobby?
I am not Iain. I am Daft Punk. And I like Star Wars.
Okay, and represented by the team pictured by a dog with mange is Daryl.
For God's
Daryl,
sake.
what is your favourite hobby?
I like dogs.
With mange?
Say again?
With mange?
No, well, I mean, you can probably get rid of the mange, but dogs are good.
Would you like to meet the rest of my team? It's me.
You have more people?
It's me, a Daft Punk.
It's what?
Me, T-Pain.
And me, Thanos.
So,
Me, Father Christmas. Me, Venom.
the way this game is played, we have to split our teams into even numbers. So if half of your team would please move over onto Daryl's side. of the
Okay,
table.
Daryl, you can have T-Pain and Thanos. And Father Christmas and me, Daft Punk, will be on this team.
Shit. Okay, guys. I don't know what's going on here. Right, carry on.
Okay, so if you've never played this game before, it is played over a number of rounds. I will ask you guys a question. Have you ever seen Family Fortunes before?
Yes.
Yes.
So, I will give quite a broad subject, and you have to tell me exactly what you think is on that list in terms of answers. So, for example, if I was to ask you, what are the UK's 15 favourite fast food restaurants? You would have to give me one. and then I tell you if it's on the list or not. Each of you will give me 3 answers. Whoever scores the most points will win that round. Now, usually in a game of Mr. Lister's quiz shootout, we will play up to the score of 5. 5 different drinks, which are usually shown on the backs of these cards. Now, usually if you get a double of a drink, it counts for nothing. Though if you get several of them, usually you can exchange them with myself in order to either wipe a score from your opponent's list or to take a drink of your choosing. However, for the purposes of simplifying things, we are simply going to play first to 5 points. Now, out of those answers, there will be a number of golden answers. Should you give me one of those, you automatically win, unless the other team within their 3 choices also manage to get a golden answer. Should you both draw or both give me a golden answer, there will be a shootout question, which I will have answers from both of you. Whoever gets that wins the point. Okay, do we understand?
What are the parameters of a golden answer?
Simply one of the answers on my card that is written in gold.
So it's not like the most popular or the least popular or the most obscure.
Usually they will be the most obscure.
Oh.
However, should you miss your answer, then you only get 3 guesses.
Okay.
So it gives the other team more chance in order to get 3 whole points. So, do we understand the rules?
I believe so.
Sure.
Okay, so our first round is for a bottle of Golden Time with no sediment and no floaters. And the question is, the nation's top 10 favorite biscuits. List them. Okay, so we will start this by going with Ian's team.
Okay.
It is worth noting that these are based in British terms.
Good, because that's what I was about to ask. That makes it a lot easier. Top 10 favourite biscuits. Do I pick all
Give me
3
one.
now, or just one?
No, sir, just one for now, and then play moves to Daryl.
I am going to go for the chocolate digestive.
Ding ding, 1 point. Daryl, give me an answer.
A bourbon.
Also, 1 point to Daryl. Score's currently tied at 1 apiece. Ian, back to you.
The custard cream.
2-1 to Ian. Hot damn. Daryl.
The
An
Jamai
answer, please.
Dodger.
Also, 1 point. 2-2. Ian, 1 answer, please.
The hobnob.
Oof.
I'm afraid you have missed your target, sir.
What? Do I have?
Daryl.
Does it require a
No,
brand?
No. Daryl, an answer, please. This for the round.
I want to say a rich tea.
Oh, I'm afraid not. You
Good.
have missed. That means scores are tied at 2 apiece.
Absolutely
I will
right.
let-
If Rich T had come on there and Hobnob hadn't, then I'm going to find myself some nuclear codes and kill us all.
So now, at this point, we enter the last chance saloon with the opportunity to win. So, the question is, and I will need an answer from both of you. I shall go to Ian first and then Daryl. How many Jaffa Cakes in a yard of Jaffa Cakes box?
There are 48.
Daryl, your answer, please.
40?
Okay, so I can tell you now, one of you is right on the button.
I bet it's
And
gonna
that
be
person is Ian. 48 exactly.
Ian-
Sir, you have
Ian
you
used
have-
to, Ian used to buy Jaffa Cakes by the yard while he was at university and knows that it contains 4 packs.
Oh,
and for that
wait.
experience, you have earned a bottle of Golden Time
May I-
with
may I,
with no
I could-
cinnamon and no floaters.
Can I contest that?
No, you may not.
Ah,
I used to legitimately eat an entire yard of Jaffa cakes in one sitting. I could do that. I can't
So-
anymore, but I could.
apparently you'd be pleased to know that there is less now.
Oh, really? There were 12 packs when
Yeah,
I
apparently there's less. But I
first
won't say
started
the.
buying by the yard.
Yeah, as of 2018, it has changed. Carry on.
Is there
We move
is
on
there
to our
11
next
now?
question.
No, I won't get into it. But it just says
Did
there's
you
less.
Google it?
I've googled it now because I wanted to see what after he said it was 48. I was like, how does he know that?
I only go by the answers that I have on my cards.
I don't like that you Googled it, sir.
After the fact. Carry on.
Please, sir, refrain from using your device during the game.
Okay, I
Yeah,
won't.
that's
I
not
won't.
Cool.
I won't check after. Carry on.
Our next question is for a bottle of Howlin' Coyote Moonshine.
Jesus.
It puts hairs on her chest. Okay. The 13 main gases in the air. List them. We will start with Daryl.
The what?
as
Sorry,
your
say
currently
again.
Trail.
What was the question?
List the 13 main gases in the air.
In the air. Oh, okay.
In the air?
Carbon
What we
dioxide.
breathe, son. Correct answer. Next, please, Ian.
Do I get a bonus point if
There are no bonus points.
at the end of this I can tell you the percentage quantities of all these gases because I can?
No, you may not.
Okay, I'm going to start with the quote others because I'll give Darren a chance by letting him name all the rubbish ones. I'm going to go with argon.
You, sir, are in the last chance saloon. Daryl, with your next two answers,
Is
you need to
argon
give me
is?
a golden answer. Yes, it certainly is. It's one
good.
of our golden answers.
Oh,
so
good.
you are moving
I was
through
going to
into
say,
our last
I thought you
chance
said
saloon.
last chance saloon. I thought I didn't have it. I was like, no, sir. I know for a fact there is just under 1% in the argon in the atmosphere.
Please have trust in your host here. Daryl, please.
I don't
You
know.
have two chances to guess a golden
Oh.
answer.
Like nitrates or something like that. I don't know.
Give him
I'm going to
nitrogen.
have to press you for that. He did just give you an answer.
I didn't hear what you said. I honestly don't know. I will go with. I want to say ammonium nitrate, but I don't think it's that.
I'm afraid you have missed, sir. You have one chance remaining.
Are we talking like 12 years ago, if not even more? No, longer than that I would have done any of this. I will just go for good old oxygen.
Oxygen is an answer, however, it does not get you to the last chance saloon. Ian, you take a second point.
Okay, so it's nitrogen is 78%, oxygen is 21%, argon is just under 1%. There is also in like absolute zero quantities xenon, neon, hydrogen, helium, krypton, and carbon dioxide.
They are all on there, sir.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
were more.
Oh, are there? Is it
There
like
were more.
other noble gases, which I guess like I don't know which ones they are, but
I feel like I cannot give you more answers.
is it important to
case
the rest of
we-
the quiz?
In case we ever play another round of this.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. The scores are now 2-0 to Ian. So next up, next question is for a bottle of In the Doghouse, 100% proof. You're right. Okay, and your question for this round is 12 European countries border the Mediterranean Sea. List them.
Oh my god, this is like, is it me first?
It is Daryl first as he trails.
Oh,
Fuck's
for
sake,
God's
this is like,
sake.
this is a dream for me.
Literally, this is tailored to him. European countries trail the Mediterranean Sea, yeah?
They border the Mediterranean Sea, yes.
Spain.
Ding ding, 1 point to Daryl. Ian, Name a country, please.
Boring. Can I go with Montenegro, please?
That is a gold answer, sir. You are through to the Last Chance Saloon. Daryl, you have 2 opportunities to find a golden answer.
Italy.
It's correct, but it ain't a golden answer.
Istanbul?
Istanbul is a city in Turkey. Try again.
It is a city in Turkey.
Then Turkey.
It is not, I'm afraid. That is 3-0 to Ian. You are now a proud owner of In the Doghouse.
Should I start listing? Because I reckon I can name them all.
Give it a try.
France.
So we've had Spain, we've had Italy.
I'm going to work from north and then go counterclockwise, I think. So,
okay.
All right, let's go Italy, France, Spain, Morocco.
That is not in Europe.
Oh, shit, yeah, so it's just Europe. Oh, okay, in which case that goes straight round to Turkey. No, Cyprus?
Cyprus, yes.
Turkey.
No.
Or does that count as Asia, does it?
Turkey is not bordering the Mediterranean Sea, sir.
Yes, it is.
It is not on my list, sir.
Okay, well then it doesn't count as Europe. Because it is. So, Georgia, Russia... Does the Black Sea count? I guess not. So
Georgia is also not on
yeah,
that
so
list.
Black Sea won't count then. So, Greece, Albania, Montenegro, Bosnia, Croatia, Slovenia. That's as many as I would go.
Yeah, and there is at least one more, but we shall save that for another day.
Oh, you tease!
Mr. Lister always teases.
Malta.
Next up.
Malta.
Yes, and there is still at least one more.
Ah, fuck. That's going to trigger me. I need it. I need to know. Fuck. I don't know it. I can't think what it could be.
So, the scores are, Ian is currently at 3, Daryl is at 0. And next up, we are playing for a can of Willie's Cream Soda. Ask for a Willie.
It's all in.
The first 10 letters in the NATO phonetic alphabet. List them. Starting with Daryl, as you trail. 1 point. Ian, please.
The first 10. So I guess that's A, B,
Yes,
C,
sir.
D, E, F, G, India.
That is a golden answer, sir. You are through to the Last Chance Saloon. Daryl, I need a golden answer. You have 2 opportunities.
Man, if he's going that far up. Let me see. Foxtrot.
That is also a golden answer. We are through to the
Boom,
Last
boom,
Chance
boom.
Saloon, people. Let me ask you, and I will start by asking Daryl. In what year was the British Army founded?
Oh man. I don't know. The British Army? The current British Army, yeah? Or like
The British Army, sir. What year was it founded?
I don't know, the 1900s, maybe earlier, probably.
Go try
I need
again.
a year,
It's way
sir.
early. I think of British Empire. Go further back.
I need an answer. I need a very specific
1818.
Okay, and Ian.
Okay,
Please.
I know it's in the 1600s, but to troll Daryl, I'm going to go 1817.
The answer is 1660. Ian takes the round once again. That is 4-0. Ian needs 1 more point in order to win the game.
Fixed. Carry on.
Sorry, but the questions have been very me questions.
They have been, sir. The next one is, yet again, for a can of Willie's Cream Soda. Ask for a Willie.
So much soda.
I don't need a Willy, though, do I?
You do not need a Willie, but we are not playing with those rules today.
Ah.
For the sake of brevity.
Any port in a storm, I guess.
So, I ask, starting with Daryl. As of 2019, there are 12 games consoles that have sold more units than any other. List them.
Oh, this should be fair.
Nintendo Switch.
Is not on the list.
Really?
That is
Wow.
a miss. This is as of 2019, sir.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Ruthless.
That's brutal.
Amazing. So, I'm going to go with the Nintendo DS.
That is 1 point to Ian. Daryl, I need another answer.
Oh man. Jesus, man. I can't. Like the thing is, I feel like it's just gonna be the PS4.
Is on the list. That is one apiece. Ian, your
So,
second answer, please.
This is either going to be a golden answer or it's not going to be on the list because it's not very well selling. But the PSP.
That, sir, is a golden answer. You
Boom!
are through to the last chance saloon. Daryl, you have one chance to gain a golden answer.
The Ouya.
Oh God. Let's go
I will tell you that of the 12 consoles, only 3 are golden answers.
Okay. Oh, how about?
I know what I would pick
Yeah, the thing is,
if I were in your shoes. I know exactly what I would pick.
because you said the PS, whatever it was. That's really pushing me now towards a handheld.
I like after you go, I'll tell you what I would have picked if it's not the same.
Oh, but then some of the consoles are sold really well, but I feel like the handhelds are sold like a lot more.
Yeah, you got to get a golden answer, mate. So you need to think something obscure.
I know that's the problem. Oh man, what was that called? The Nintendo. Oh man, what were they called? Ah, hold on. I can't Google it. Jesus, what was that thing called?
Can't Google it.
No, I don't remember what the name was. I want to say something, but like I swear, I don't know if it was just a Nintendo DS, but if it had another name, or if the Game Boy Advanced.
That's a good shout.
Sir, that is a golden answer. You are also through to the last chance saloon.
So I would have gone for the Nintendo GameCube.
What was the old?
Is not on the list, sir.
What was the
Oh,
old?
wow, okay.
Like the first. It was like the first folding.
Are you
one.
thinking of the Virtual Boy?
No. The folding one that was silver, and you could still play.
That was
the
a
old-
Game
that is-
Boy Advance
that is,
SP.
That is the Game Boy Advance.
No, the one
SP.
after that. The one after that had like a. It had the. Oh, it was a dual screen.
That's just an old. That's a DS.
Was that
It's
the
an old
first DS? Yeah.
It's the first DS.
Yeah. I imagine that sold really well because that was like the new thing at the time, wasn't it?
So, last chance saloon time. And it is time to ask. Unsurprisingly, the best-selling video game of all time is
Oh.
Tetris.
Fair enough.
How many copies has it sold in millions?
Oh, in millions.
In millions, sir, please.
Me or Ian?
It will be you first, Daryl. I give you the advantage.
800 million.
that you're a maniac. Who hasn't sold
Iain.
800 million copies?
Ian, please.
Like 200 is high. Because GTA only sold just sold 140-ish, something like that. So
Tetris has been around since quite a while, though. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's played the long
yeah,
game.
800 million, Daryl. That's what a maniac would say.
We'll see, won't we?
Yeah, all right, okay. Handshake now. You have to admit that you're a maniac if you're
I'm
least.
I'm admitting
If
I'm a
you're
maniac
at least
before
500 off.
I'm admitting I'm a maniac before it. I'm not bothered either way.
Okay, I'm gonna go with 150.
The actual answer is 170 million. Ian, you have taken the point. That is 5-0 to Ian. That is a clean sweep, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean,
How do you feel, Ian? Have you had a good day?
I feel
Good
good.
day.
I feel like good game. It was a good competition. I think
So cliche.
fun was had by all. I look forward to grabbing a drink with my the other competitors afterwards, and good game. It's been a really good time. It was just nice to come on the program. To win it was just that was the icing on the cake. Thank you for having me. Hi mum.
Oh my god.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today. Congratulations to our winner. Commiserations to Daryl. Thank you very much for joining us. Goodbye. I shall fetch your regular host for you.
T-Pain screwed me, that's all I'm saying.
I thought our regular host
Hey guys, what's up?
didn't our regular host keep coming in and out of the room during?
He's probably
Because
watching.
it's almost like the host we had was inconsistently calling the other host in every now and then remembering that he should really be in charge.
There is a very good chance that happened.
Yeah.
Do you think that Steve is like a voyeur and likes to watch game show hosts? It's like a real niche thing. so he kept popping in and the host was just like, "Can you leave, please?"
He just taking snaps from Bradley Walsh's garden.
yeah. Bradley was doing the dishes.
Where do you think I was whilst you guys were playing the game?
Taking snaps of Bradley Walsh.
Yeah, obviously. Getting your fix. What's he doing at the moment? Oh, he's just having a nice roast with the family. Pap, pap, pap.
Do you reckon there's a Daryl specific version of that game where
Dog
they
breeds.
ask Daryl about? Yeah, because I wouldn't
Dog
have
breeds.
got that. I don't know dog breeds.
Mate,
What
as
I
soon
do
as
know
Sure, there's
is
probably...
my degree, which is in science, the video game that I play most often, which is Europa Universalis,
Yep.
which is based around geography of Europe, followed by my job for the last 6 years.
So, do you know what? I'm just going to cut the deck now and see what the next question I find is.
How many pairs of
most-
shoes does Ian's wife have?
Oh, easy.
10 most... So, I have actually cut this now at the 10 most famous fictional bears according to The Guardian.
Oh, easy.
Can we do that one?
Easy.
That's very cool.
Easy.
Okay, let's try that. This isn't part of the game anymore. Let's do this then.
Can you go get the other guy back?
No, he's gone. He was only paid for 20 minutes. That was it.
Fair enough.
He's done. He's gone home. He literally out the door, gone as soon as the check was written.
As soon as the check cleared.
Just bounce.
Zippo. Yep. So go on. Let's try this then. 10 most famous fictional bears.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
Daryl can go first because
Yogi Bear.
Oh, that's a good
Yep,
one.
that is 1 point. Ian.
Can I go? I'm such a sucker. I want the golden answer. I'm gonna go for
Sure.
Fozzie.
That is a golden answer. And do you know what? Out of all of the rest of them, Daryl, I'm not sure you'll get any of the rest of these golden answers. Give it a try, though.
I mean,
2 chances.
I would say Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh would have been a point, but not a golden answer.
Who's else you got? You got trying to think
I've got another one. So I had 2 in my head.
We'll listen to it afterwards. Now that
Yeah.
we're not playing, we'll
Yeah,
go
yeah.
through them at the end. But okay, what would be your last one?
I
Daryl?
can't think of what his name is. Right, you got It's Yogi Bear, isn't there? There's Baloo Bear, Baloo from Jungle Book even.
Yeah.
I would have said him.
Is that your answer?
Yeah, I would have said Baloo from Jungle Book.
That would have been another point.
Oh, what's the
but
one
not
from
a golden answer.
Tailspin? Who is basically Baloo the bear? But carry on.
So
Well, I was going to say, like,
I've got a couple. Can I read them out and you can tell me whether they're golden?
yeah, because two of these answers I would never get in a million years.
The two other ones I had in my head, the other one I thought was golden would be Bungle.
Bungle is a golden answer.
Oh my god, good point. The Sibian
And then I'm thinking the other bears that I had in my head include Rupert,
Oh yeah.
That would have been a point, but not golden.
Paddington,
A point, but not normal.
the
Sorry, not golden.
the guy from the Golden Compass. I don't know what his name is.
Oh, the polar bear. Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to accept that because I don't know what his name is.
fine. It's like a Viking name.
I think that might be the one, Yorick Bernison.
Yeah, that's
Right,
the one.
that sounds
That's the
about
one.
right. But I
That's
wouldn't
the
be able
one.
to confirm. I don't
Yeah,
know.
That's
that
it.
was a golden answer.
That's the
but
polar
I would
bear
have
from
needed
that.
the name for it.
And then
So that's one of the ones I didn't know the name of.
maybe
Or
Ted.
I didn't know. Ted would have been a golden answer.
Oh,
Wow, Ted was a gold answer. I suppose
Yep.
he's quite.
I
famous.
wouldn't have thought he'd be a golden
No.
answer.
I would have thought like you got that really.
The other golden answer.
How many is that? Is that all
So
of them?
there's one more golden answer, and I don't know whether anyone would get this.
Okay, yeah,
If
go
I'm
on.
honest, you don't want to have a guess at it.
I mean, I don't think I could name any more.
This would
Hang on,
honestly,
let's have a
this would honestly make me groan if someone had
let's-
registered.
think of some
the Care Bear,
bears.
the Care Bear bears. They got specific.
Oh, that's a
names.
good shout.
No, that would have been a miss.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
What's the teddy bear from The Simpsons? The one that's like Monty's after.
So you've actually, between you guys, you have named every one but this last golden.
Should we have one more bear each?
I can't think of any
Yeah.
more bears after that though.
I feel like there's another bear in my head. Oh, what's that prick from Toy Story? Or the one from Kung Fu Panda? Kung Fu Panda.
Poe.
Poe Dameron. The guy, the guy
Poe
from
Dameron is a miss.
the
I'm afraid.
the guy from the Cleveland Show.
My
The
name
other
is
one from
Cleveland
Yogi.
Brown.
No.
What is it? The one from Toy Story? The pink one.
No.
We Three Bears.
Like I would honestly be furious at this.
Is there like a Disney one where he's dressed as like Robin Hood or something?
Oh yeah,
There is, but no,
Right,
it wouldn't be that.
The Spirit of the Bear or something like that. The one that's another Disney film.
I was
No.
legit
No.
about to say Tony the Tiger. Is there a bear in Crash Bandicoot?
I think there is, but no, there's a polar bear.
Yeah, it's
in
polar
it,
bear.
but
What about the bear from Masher and the Bear?
no. Shall I honestly just
Put us
put
out
you
of
out your
misery.
misery?
Is
Put us
it-
out of
like I
misery.
say, I would be incredibly annoyed
Is it Bear Grylls?
knowing this. No,
Is he fictional?
it's okay. Shall I say?
Yeah, go
just
on.
do it. Kill us.
It is the John Lewis bear.
What?
I didn't even know was a thing. That would honestly have made me angry.
It doesn't even have a name.
That might as well be Kevin the Carrot.
It's just the John Lewis bear.
That's bullshit, mate. I want a recount.
Yep. Fair enough. I completely agree with you there.
That's
You wanna know what the
unbelievable.
last-
How
you want-
did that make it into the top 10?
I don't know. It's the Guardian. God knows.
Oh, that makes more
fair.
sense. That makes more sense.
Well, I did say at the beginning the 10 most famous fictional bears according to the Guardian.
Yeah, that makes more
okay.
sense actually. I think we missed that.
Like
The John
So-
Lewis Bear. We should have listened. Should have been.
that was a dead
the
giveaway.
last chance saloon question as well. The last chance saloon question as well. Should both of you have gotten into it? Was what is Paddington 2's what is Paddington 2's tomato rating on Rotten Tomatoes as of 2018?
Oh, what? Like 4?
I mean, this is just a stab in the dark at this point, isn't it? Like, it's
as of 2018.
is it a percentage? The Rotten
It is a
Tomatoes rating?
percentage.
Don't
yeah.
they do like 80,
Rotten
like 80%
Tomatoes are
or
always
something like that?
percentage.
Normally, like 88% potato? Tomato.
88% potato. Is that what you said?
That's going to be on my t-shirt.
The rotten potato score was 88%.
88% of potato.
I feel like it's the kind of bullshit dumb film that got really high, so like 96.
Iain, you are closer.
Really?
Wait,
How?
is it higher?
if
or
I were
worse
to
on that
say,
or not?
if I was to say to you, it is 4% off 96%.
No way is it a 100%.
Yes way, it was 100% as of 2018.
Wait, I thought is Rotten Tomatoes not the one where like the score higher is worse on this one?
No, it's still lower.
Oh,
The
okay.
lower it is, the worse it is.
What is it? 100% of what part of the population?
Everyone who watched it,
Huh?
I guess.
Like 100% of what? Every single person that watched it?
Of everyone that rated it.
Right.
So
hang on.
everyone who rated it 100% in 2018.
Right. Yeah, like 100% of 243 people is 100%. You're right,
Yeah.
but that's meaningless. 243 people think it's a banging film. Good on them.
Yeah. Is it actually, out of interest, is it still on 100%? Then?
Yeah, I'm looking now. It says tomato meter 243. 243 people say 100%, and Darryl was actually right. The audience score is 88%.
Okay,
is-
so that's a
which-
critic score.
That's 8,100 people gave it 88%.
Okay. Man. Weird. Anyway, that was our What We've Been Playing section. We literally played a game with you right there. So there you go. Shall we move on to some news?
It's a 4.24 rating. I
We're
guess
moving on to the news with a 2.42 rating.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. It's the news.
News.
Okay, so the first story we have up on the news here is... Remember, like, how we had to cancel going to the UK Game Expo this year? And we were planning on taking Don't Get Got? And it's really sad that we didn't get to do that over the course of 3 days.
I'm actually-
playing an epic game of
I'm
Don't Get
actually
Got.
just trying to block it out, to be honest, mate.
Well, I hate to open up old wounds, but Sharp and Sit Down are releasing a version of Don't Get Got. It looks really freaking cool. So yeah, it's finished on Kickstarter at this point, but it's probably going to be available very, very soon, actually through Big Potato, who did the original Don't Get Got. So yeah, basically the guys over on the Shut Up and Sit Down website have basically made their own challenges to go in Don't Get Got. If you've never played it before, it is a game where every person that is competing is given a number of tasks to do that they keep in kind of like almost it's a little pocket-sized binder that you put these little tickets into. And they'll usually say stuff like you have to hide this task card in a pot of strawberry jam and then get someone else to open the jam jar. If you manage to do it successfully, then you say you got and you score a point on your list. The first person to complete all their tasks is the winner. However, you have to be careful because if you get caught trying to complete your task, then you fail. You fail that task, you fail the game.
I'm lost. Why are we looking in the jam jar?
I'm using that as an example of the kind
Okay.
of things that they'll ask you to do. So one of your tasks, I think you have 6 tasks. So in other words, if you just went up to someone and said, open my jam jar, or something like that, someone's probably just going to go, is this part of the game? And at which point you fail the task. So you have to kind of be a bit clever about it. Because the tasks are all kind of like randomly picked from this stack of tasks that you can do. you can't see them at first. You kind of like open it up so you know the task in secret. Only you know what it is, and you have to do it. I think everyone has the same task in one of them, which is to say guess what. And if someone says what, you say you got, and that's everyone has one of those. So everyone is always on guard about saying that, basically. But yeah, this is more of the same, except you have a hell of a lot of input from the Shut Up and Sit Down guys, who are incredibly funny people, and I imagine this is going to be really, really cool. I'm really tempted to get on board with this.
I feel like you could easily get me with the jam jar.
Really?
I'm so like, if you said I can't open this jam jar, I would
Essentially,
I'd
this is
So it's
absolutely
going to be
thing.
simple. isn't
leap.
it?
Like, I would leap on it. I'd be like, there is absolutely 0% chance I'm letting myself get beat by a jam jar, and I'm going to show up Steve for not being able to open a jam jar. And I'm going to be like, BAM! Opened! You're a pussy. Like, I wouldn't be able to resist. Like, you could tell me, you say, the thing's in the jam jar, but I can't open it. And I would be like, I will open it for you, I lose. Like, I will show you how to open a jam jar.
But bear in mind, all that you would have to do is say, is this part of the game? Before...
I wouldn't even question it. I'd be like, a chance
You'd be
to
in a
show
blind rage.
a chance to show that I'm stronger and I can open the jam jar. I wouldn't be able to resist. I couldn't do it. There's no way it would go through my head. I'd be like, yep, straight on that. I'm opening the jam jar. Wouldn't even question why there's a jam jar.
Oh god. Okay, so we know how to get Iain then.
Put it in a jam jar. Any jar that you can't open, I will open. Undefeated jam jar opening champion. Like, I will open that jar. I don't care what's in it.
Oh god! But do either of you guys watch any Shut Up and Sit Down at all?
I
certainly do.
try to. I don't have as much time as I used to. So
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the odd.
sadly, I've sort of lost track recently. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, but just in case you guys want an idea of what you're getting in this, you're getting another 10 plastic wallets and another 120 missions to be able to mix into your other set, or just simply use this set. You can. This is a fully playable game on its own. It's not an expansion. You can either mix it with your old set or play it just by itself. Looks really, really cool. I'll put links to it in the description down below. Next up, I have been looking at Core Space again. So I've talked before on the podcast about how I bought Core Space and played some of the things solo. I still would really like to play it with another player. It's billed somewhere between being a miniatures game and a board game, but I probably would more put it firmly in board game territory.
It's a board game with
a
cool
miniatures game aesthetic, basically. Yeah, I think that's the way I'd put it, because although your crew is customizable, it's not like you're building the figures yourself or anything like that. They're just kind of printed miniatures. Really cool concept, though, that it comes with scenery. If you've... Oh, God, what's the company called? It's Battle something.
Battle Systems.
Battle Systems, that's it. It's on the page right here. Battle Systems usually make this kind of like clip-together terrain. So it's like a reinforced cardboard. And they come with clips.
I
and you place them together.
kickstarted their first Kickstarter years and years ago. I've still got a big box full of terrain I've never opened. That I yearn to open for something.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a battle system set separate of Core Space as well, and it's really simple. If you don't want to paint your stuff, if you're not really a fan of having big sets that are like big plastic set that you can't really take apart and store away nicely, this you literally just undo a couple of clips and then you've got everything that just packs down flat, so it's easy to store as well. But yeah, then they moved into actually making their own game, and Core Space is a very cool game about building your own trade crew, basically.
Can I make a joke?
Yes, go ahead.
It sounds like it's a game about saucy exploits in extraterrestrial environments.
Very good, sir.
You're like, oh, space.
But yeah,
I'm not sorry.
No, don't.
I
be.
will never apologise for art.
But either way, the basics of the game was you assembled your own little crew of about 4 to 5 people or something like that. And the idea is you have these mini games where basically you jump into a scenario. There could be set special rules for that scenario, ways that NPCs act and stuff like that on the map. That makes every mission a little bit more unique. But generally, the idea is you're trying to complete a mission whilst grabbing as much loot as possible, and then getting out before this. There's kind of like this impending threat that's kind of like spreading throughout the universe, a bit like Mass Effect in a way. They will just suddenly turn up, and they'll just start tearing everything apart. Basically, any sign of life, they'll just try and wipe out. So it creates this really interesting concept where you and the other people that are playing will at first be competing with one another, because one, you want to be the person that's going to succeed in the mission. You also want to grab as much loot as possible before anyone else can grab it. However, you also have this threat which will eventually turn up on the board, and usually if you're going to survive that, you have to work together then. So there's always kind of like these phases of the game where you're against one another at first, but then you kind of have to work together in order to make sure you're all going to get off the map alive, basically. So that's a really cool dynamic that you don't often see in games. Usually it works the other way, that usually at the beginning of a lot of games you may start off being friendly with one another and then betray one another towards the end. This kind of works in reverse, although there is still a lot of potential of when you know you're about to survive it, bang, shoot them, take their stuff, go. If you want to be a real dick about it. But you know, there's this whole thing, you can use one another's ships as well. You have to ask permission. You can't just jump aboard another player's ship and make off with it, basically. You have to ask the other person, listen, I'm cornered here, I'm not going to get out of this thing alive, can I use your ship, basically. So yeah, there is a lot of that, and you can use it to bargain with one another as well. Like, say, that person that's asking, can you give me a ride out of here? They may say, yeah, if you give me that nice-looking gun that you're carrying, then you can actually barter with one another as well. So yeah, it's a really cool game with lots of bits like that in it. But they're basically releasing the next phase in it, basically. And Firstborn, there's a lot of very cool-looking figures that are in here, including rockworms, which look very, very cool. You've got a new crew in it as well. And there's an expansion to the expansion as well that has an 120mm tool model as well that looks quite impressive. Comes with everything you need to play the game. It comes with character boards and event decks and stuff like that, so you don't have to own the core game in order to play this. The core game, of course, Space. This new one will just play on its own. It's called Core Space Firstborn. Again, I will put links in the description if you want to check that out. But by the time this podcast goes live, it will be over, I will say. But yeah, it's probably going to be in shops fairly soon anyway. It's worth going over and checking this things out because Core Space is a really cool game. So yeah. Iain, do you want to talk about Upzone? You showed this to us the other day, sticking with terrain.
Yeah, Upzone is like, I would say it's the same style of battle systems terrain that you'd expect, like the cardboardy sort of style. But rather than clip together terrain, it's fold open terrain. So think pop-up book meets battle systems terrain. So you fold it open, and then suddenly you got like a church that's just popped up, or like a pyramid.
I've just seen that obsidian pyramid. That looks cool.
That does look very cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it folds away like a terrain board almost, like individual squares of a terrain board. Think like Necromunda tile. And then when you open it up, suddenly you got like a wrecked fortress or Yeah, it's really cool. There's a Kickstarter on it at the moment. At time of recording, it is $190,000 past its goal, with 18 days to go. It was funded in 3 hours.
Yeah.
It looks like decent quality as well. Can we link that? Do we?
I'm going to put links to all of these Kickstarters in there. We're actually just pretty much solely talking about Kickstarters here, so there's going to be a lot of links down there, and I would say they're all worth checking out.
There's some very cool ones, and they've also like there's a set they've done where it's like in like black with like green, so it looks like a
the
Necron
Necron
pyramid.
stuff looks super cool. Like
Yeah.
it's all the Obsidian stuff. It looks very nice.
Yeah, really nice. The Obsidian Zone,
Yeah.
I think it's called, just looks like Necron infested territory, which is really nice.
The Lord
Yeah.
Commander pack.
Okay, another thing that's caught my eye, but we can't really tell you very much about, is that Cryptozoic have announced that they are making a Dark Knight Returns board game, and that's about all we know about that, but knowing Cryptozoic, it's probably going to be a card game. Have you guys read The Dark Knight Returns?
Yes. And watch them. I still haven't
So-
read the last book though, which is annoying.
So I read The Dark Knight Returns a long time ago and really loved it. And I hear a lot of people these days saying that it hasn't held up.
Oh really?
I've been hearing that a lot from people recently. I think a lot of people have soured on Frank Miller's works in recent years, I think.
So
I don't know whether that's more about the person or whether
Yeah.
his writing just seems a bit dated at this point. I don't know, but I know that I loved this comic back in the day. It used to be like my favourite comic.
yeah, so I'm pretty sure the last part of it didn't release till that long ago. So
Okay.
it's a free part, and I still haven't read the last part. I think it's called like the Mutant Race or something like that, or the whatever. But I remember the first two were really, really good. Did you ever catch the DVD versions or the animated versions of them?
No,
They
I
were
never did.
really good. They're worth a watch.
Yeah.
Super worth a watch. But yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
I'd be keen to see what this is about, to be honest with you.
if I'm honest with you, though, Batman games have always been a bit hit and miss. I would say especially the Cryptozoic Batman games have been really not that impressive. They did the Escape from Arkham City
yeah.
game that used literally your cards just had screenshots of the Arkham City game on them and stuff like that. It was just really unappealing, and the game didn't really play very well either, so I'm quite skeptical about this. Cryptozoic games, as I said before as well, tend to be very card heavy as well, although I think Cryptozoic did the Epic Spell Wars games, Epic Spell Wars and the Battle Wizards and whatever. Yeah. I'm sure we've played it before, where you're throwing spells at one another in a 3-card sequence. And I mean, it's not the best game in the world, but it is quite fun. But yeah, Cryptozoic, largely a card game company. They also did the DC deck building game as well, which I have to admit is kind of... I kind of remember it as one of the first board games that I really fell out of love with. Like, I loved it at first, and then it just kind of faded over time.
Didn't do it for you.
I think it's more the fact of I got really bored of deck building games, and the DC deck building game is kind of the most basic of deck building games, I think. It's kind of like one of the ones that really kicked off the trend of it, and it just really didn't do anything by that point. So I'm excited by the concept. I'm a bit more skeptical about where it's going to go. I don't think you can expect like miniatures games or anything like that. But although it is being kickstarted, it's going to Kickstarter in early 2021, and I find it quite hard to believe a big company like Cryptozoic would put something out that's not very ambitious onto Kickstarter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like
Or am I being a bit too naive?
everything's
to think
on Kickstarter these days, so I don't know if it's just that's the given.
Yeah.
Or like you say, maybe there is a reason why it could be a heavy miniature game, which would be quite nice because given the sculpts of the models, there's some quite nice characters in it. Sorry, given the artwork.
I've got to admit, I would be super disappointed if this is a Cryptozoic deck building game that's going to Kickstarter.
Which could be
that would be super disappointing for me. But yeah, we don't know too much about it at the moment. We know it's coming in early 2021 to Kickstarter. So watch this space, really.
Watch it.
And something else has happened in our news as well. I don't know, something about a Harry Potter miniatures game.
Yeah, so there's a
Moving on.
Harry Potter miniature game from Night Models.
Yep.
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 Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
We have no audience question. We have no audience question this week as well. If you would like to send us one to answer on the podcast, you can do at mailbag@everybodydice.com. It can be about anything. Doesn't have to be board game related, but we will answer it on this podcast if you want to ask us something. So please do send us, again, that email address, mailbag@everybodydice.com. I almost forgot it in like the 30 seconds
You've
since
just
I
said
said
it,
it
yeah.
last. That's
Do you know what?
embarrassing.
We would be nice to answer if anyone wants to give it. Who would win scenarios? I think that'd be quite a good one.
As in,
Who would
like,
win scenarios?
an arm wrestle between David Schwimmer and...
Yeah, it's stuff like that. Like who would win like they could pick the challenge. It could be who would win in a cross country ski session between
out of us, or
no celebrities. We could choose us, but it'd obviously be none of us.
It's up to them, isn't it? If they want to ask who they think would win out of us three out of a downhill alpine skiing
Oh my
session,
god!
then
I think
Should we give them a
then
freebie?
by
Should
all
we-
means ask.
Should we give them a freebie? Should we answer it?
Are we going to answer that one?
What,
yeah, I would
downhill
come
skiing?
last.
I think Daryl would win.
I'm not that good on two skis. I'm alright on a snowboard, but definitely not on two skis. I've tried it; it does not
So you
work.
could always
I've never skied. I've never snowboarded.
Yeah.
I honestly, snowboarding was still hard, but I can't independently let my legs run away from me.
I don't even ride a bike, and I refuse to.
Wow.
I'm still sticking with my answer here. I think Daryl would win.
Yeah, I think Daryl would
Wait,
win.
when we say win,
Yeah.
do we mean like as in makes it over in one piece? Because I still think we'd give it a good goal just rolling down the hill.
If I'm allowed
Well-
to just like take the skis off and run, I reckon I've got a good shout.
No. You got to keep the skis on.
You
but-
would just roll
roll
down
the hill.
pretty
See
much.
who just makes it down there in first place and is still relatively intact.
If you die, you lose.
Yeah, that's fair. Or at least,
You don't.
yeah,
They can't even posthumously win.
Yeah. humorously.
All I'm having is just like flashbacks to the South Park episode with the French fry and pizza thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like in my mind, I like
Yeah.
the idea now they're going to put us against people, so it's going to be like Champions of the World. It's going to be us versus like random celebrities.
Who would win in a boxing match, Iain or the cast of Call the Midwife?
Ooh,
How many?
Who would win in a poker tournament out of Batman, Solid Snake, and Steve? It's
How many nuns do you reckon I could go for before I get tired and they wind me?
honestly, the world is your oyster. Please use that email address, mailbag@everybodydice.com, and yeah, ask us whatever, and we'll answer it. Really, we will. That only leaves us with our big topic. And as always, the big topic is chosen by our patrons, which you can actually become part of yourself for as little as $1 a month over at patreon.com/everybodydice. Not only do you get access to a poll where you get to choose what we talk about on each podcast, you also get a monthly review poll and our world famous audio newsletter
so
where we
famous.
talk absolute crap.
What is the name of our poll? Is he Matthias? Or
oh, do you know what? I knew you were going to go that way, but I just didn't know whether you were going to do it. Like,
I knew
Deep down,
exactly where it
deep
was
down
going.
in my gut, I knew he was going with that. But then I thought he was going to be
Is it
like I don't know. I thought he was going to start naming metals.
Wojciech? Wojciech? He's
So,
a Pole.
so
Gregorz?
shall I just say what the topics were and which one got
Yeah.
chosen,
Let's do that.
and we'll forget about the poll.
Let's forget about that.
We'll totally cover the poll, but we'll forget about the poll.
God.
Okay. So your what you had to choose from this time around was, first of all, our winner, which you already know is which are the best doggos in board games, which we will be discussing in a moment. But the other two choices were, which board games do you think are best value for money, and what are the best board games to take down the pub? We actually had one of our patrons, Mike Garley, left a message on the poll actually saying that he would have chosen which board games do you think are best value for money, but he thinks the two pretty much equate with one another anyway. So, in other words, more doggos, better value game. And you, sir, are completely right. So, yeah, best doggos in board games. There are a fair few of them. So, full disclosure, at one point, I was going to try and make kind of like almost like a list style video that you often see websites like What Culture doing and things like that. This was going back a while ago that I was planning to do this. Then realised how much editing there was involved in it and thought, I don't have time for that. So I recycled the question in our poll here. So I've actually done a little bit of research on this myself. By research, I mean I have 4 of them. What immediately jumps to mind for you guys? Who have been memorable dogs in games for you guys?
I've got 3 memorable dogs.
Sure.
So my first one is Duke.
Which is on my list here.
Yes. So Duke is in Mansions of Madness.
As well as other Arkham
And other
games
Arkham
in the
games.
Fantasy Flight
Mansions
series.
of Madness is the one that I truly connect with Duke. As he was, he accompanied me at one stage.
So, I can tell you right now that he is the trusted doggo of the Drifter, Ashcan Pete. You may have actually come across him with that in the Arkham Horror card game. I believe Duke is part of his deck in that. What was he in? In the Arkham Horror board game, I think it was something like, it was a card you could get, an ally, which could be discarded to fully restore your sanity, because dogs do that to you. Feeling a bit mad? Get a dog.
You discard your dog and you'll feel better.
Yes, pretty much. I can't actually remember what he did in Mansions of Madness, if I'm perfectly honest.
I'm pretty sure he followed you and he could take a hit for you.
Yeah, I think it
Something
might have
like
been...
that?
Yeah, I think they had the same in Elder Sign as well. He could be discarded to avoid an adventure penalty. So essentially, Duke is a dog that basically you throw under the bus in games, essentially. Although in Eldritch Horror, I've got it written down here. You can re-roll 1 dice per turn when resolving a test, and additionally allows players to recover 1 additional sanity when performing a rest action. So there you go. Again, feeling a bit mad, get a dog. So yeah, that's Duke. What were the other 2 dogs that jumped to mind?
For me, there's One Night Werewolf, which
Yes.
are doggos.
You have a plethora of dogs in there. Do you have a favourite?
Favourite
wolf doggo?
Do you know what? All doggos are good because they're all big doggos. I'm not fond of little doggos.
Okay.
So yeah, all dogs within One Night, all canines within One Night Werewolf are good with me.
Do you have a favourite werewolf from One Night Werewolf, Daryl?
What's that bloody Dream Wolf?
That is exactly what I was going
cool,
for.
yeah.
I was going for the Dream
Because
Wolf.
it's just such a weird set of rules with that one as well. I think I played it a couple of times. I got it twice and I didn't know how to play it, and I'm just there like, I don't get it.
That is quite cool. I will say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm feeling foolish for giving all dogs equality.
When the Dream Wolf is clearly superior,
Alpha Papa.
even over the Alpha Wolf. Yeah, you've got the Alpha Wolf, but he's got nothing on the Dream Wolf.
The Mystic Wolf
Yeah,
looks kind of different. Yeah, I think the Dream Wolf. I think the little hat makes it, doesn't it, really?
it does, yeah. Hats and dogs always go well together.
Hats on dogs. It's the dream.
Hats on dogs, yes, indeed.
Literally the dream.
So what was the third one?
I like the Cyber Mastiff in Warhammer 40k,
Ooh, okay.
which is a cyborg dog which you use in like Necromunda and Inquisitor used to get it as well, and it's basically just a badass companion dog with robot bits.
Okay.
Wait, I think there's some that are just fully robots with dog brain, and then there's some that are like mech dogs that are like part dog, part mech. But like, yeah, in general, dogs in 40k are bred to survive 40k, and as such, are kind of cool. Does Lehman Russ count as a dog in Warhammer?
I don't know.
He's-
Honestly, I feel like out of the three of us, you know way more about Warhammer and whether it qualifies.
So Lehman Russ is one of the Primarchs. Well, Primarchs. I don't know how you pronounce multiples, but he is the sort of gene father for the Space Wolves chapter and Legion,
Okay.
and as such is kind of like a big wolf man, sort of.
I was going to say there's lots of Wolfmen in Warhammer 40k, right?
Yeah, a lot of
if
them
you
are-
look at the entire Space Wolves kind
Yeah, the
of
Space Wolves collection
thing.
stuff. Tell you what, the Space Wolves 13th Company
Okay.
are all pretty much Space Marines that strayed too close to the warp and went, well, now I'm a werewolf and a Space Marine. They're cool as hell.
Yeah.
So the old
That-
models are cool as hell. The new models are like kind of janky and weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Oof.
Daryl, do you have any favourite doggos from board games?
I would say that the only one I can think of that we've not kind of covered is the one in Dead of Winter.
That is my number one. My number one dog is Sparky from Dead of Winter. Okay, what's amazing about that is that this dog can genuinely involve he's treated as a dog. I think he's a golden retriever, I believe. And despite the fact that he is a dog, nothing special about him. He's not a cartoon dog that can talk, yet he can have conversations in kind of like the way the game plays. So in other words, your character often moves to a place and then maybe has an encounter with someone, and somehow he manages to have a full conversation with someone despite the fact that he is just a dog.
What's the dog you can arm with a knife? There's a board game where you can arm your dog.
Bear in mind that, again, in Dead of Winter, it is entirely possible to arm Sparky the dog with a sniper rifle
It
and
must-
have him
it
start
must-
shooting out zombies.
It must be Dead of Winter I'm thinking of, where it's
Yeah.
ridiculous but you can arm your dog.
100% he could be carrying a knife as well, like the Wolf Guardian in Dark Souls, pretty much. You know the one?
Yeah.
Can't remember his name, but had a giant kind of, I think it was more of a sword or a short sword or something that he had in his mouth in that. But yeah, it's great. He literally can go off and fetch you some sweet blueprints as well in the game and stuff like that, and bring them home like a good boy. And yeah, it's just those ridiculous things that he can actually do in the game, because he's a playable character. You are the dog.
You are the dog. Be the dog.
You are the dog. Like I say, you can do all this stuff that any other human character can do in the game, which is just ridiculously cool. It's why it was going to be my choice as number one. But just in case you want to know what his special ability is, he treats a bite roll as a wound. Sparky is also ignored when spreading a bite. So essentially what that means is usually in Dead of Winter, if you roll a bite during the game, whenever having to roll for a task, your character just dies. What's worse is the bite then spreads to everyone else that's in the same location as that person. Sparky doesn't get treated that way. Sparky doesn't become a zombo. He remains a doggo throughout. He just would die horribly of either bite wounds or, starvation.
No.
Any more favourite dogs, Daryl?
So I've had a look online because I was just like, I want to see what other dogs there are in board games that I might have come across.
Okay.
And
he just scrolled over to his other tab, which was always open. It just said,
always
dogs.
just dogs. I've gone on to my real me. One of them that made me laugh, and it's going to trigger you, is the dog for Monopoly.
So Ian's already mentioned this actually in a previous conversation before this. Fine. It's a little metal
Yeah, I know.
thing.
It's the only
little metal
redeeming
Scotty dog.
feature of Monopoly is that there's a dog present.
That's the only one I can think of.
Sure.
Like, I think there's probably one in the game of life as well with pets. I think now, but
But bear in mind that also in Monopoly, the dog is as equal value as a top hat.
never in the real world.
It does
would you
exactly
ever
the same
compare that.
things.
And
Does exactly and an
thimble.
iron
Yeah,
and a thimble.
little car.
I mean, it's just
but also a
no
battleship.
thought behind it. Yeah, no thought behind it at all. What a farce! What an awful game. But I like the dog. I do like the dog. Any more? Sorry. I thought that would have been taken a little lighter, but
I can't think of anything else we've like. I mean, we played one in. Well, we made one up, didn't we? Or was that a cat we made up in? I think that's a cat, isn't it? In the House Betrayal game, Legacy. I don't think we got a dog in that one, did we?
I think, we didn't. I think you do get a dog later,
Okay.
but it was a cat that we had to that point.
Oh god. I can't think of any other games where there's like a dog companion.
I have
Steve, go on, Steve, say it, because
I have got two
Go
more.
on.
Two more. I'll go through the other one first that I didn't mention before. This was actually from BattleCon, Devastation of Indies. It was a character called Jaeger. Really cool dog character. Hard to choose between Lim and Jaeger. But Jaeger actually is kind of like a companion with another character called Karin. So you've played... I've played a little BattleCon with you.
Yeah, I
Daryl,
quite enjoyed it.
haven't I?
The like fighting style game.
Yeah, so you've kind of got this line that represents the battlefield, and you move across the line. You do attacks. Your attacks have range, so it depends on where you are on this line as to whether you actually hit someone or not. The reason why I wanted to put Jaeger on there or Jaeger, I imagine it's Jaeger, but the reason why I chose him is because he's got a really unique way of playing, where you're actually playing as Karin, but Jaeger is used to position himself in other places on the board, and they can kind of interact with one another. So Jaeger might be on the opposite end of the board. Karin might use an ability to call him back, and if he goes through the other character, it will do damage to them and stuff like that. So it's just a really clever way of being able to use that in that game. Yeah, he is very cool. The other one is the undead dog from Dead Man's Cabal.
Fair enough.
So literally, it is just simply a card, and there's not a lot really to say about it, really. I mean, but I did manage to write something. It's actually part of the script here. So essentially, like I say, I had this script for this whole thing, and never will get used now. But I literally wrote that the passing of a good doggo is always a sad thing. But what if you could do something about it? In Dead Man's Cabal, you play necromancers tasked with throwing a party, but you have no friends to invite because you're an evil bastard. So to remedy this, you're going to resurrect the dead to fill out the guest list. And one of those dead is this pretty little pooch. The undead dog comes fully clothed in early 90s shell suit attire, but what really sells him to us and earns him a place in our list is his totally sweet hat. Give that dog all the plastic bones. Dogs in hats.
Dogs and hats.
We mentioned it earlier. Yep. It's what makes it. But yeah, which dog do you think is the best? I think I've already made my case rather clear with Sparky from Dead of Winter, just because of the ridiculous stuff you can make.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, that wins for me, the fact that he can hold a sniper rifle.
Yeah. Ian?
Yeah, I think I'm somewhat attached to Duke.
I'm also somewhat attached to the dog from Dead Man's Cabal as well.
Ooh.
Like, there's nothing, he does nothing in the game. He doesn't do anything, but he just looks so cool. Also drawn in that, like, Gorillaz style kind of way of drawing it. He just looks awesome.
Yeah, I think, again, dog equality.
Yeah. I mean, they're all good boys, really.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, I think that draws this podcast to an end. So thank you very much for joining us. If you would like to follow us on socials, you can do on Twitter at Everybody Dice and on Instagram at Everybody Dice Show. We also have a Facebook page. You can find it at facebook.com/Everybody Dice, where we may not have done anything last weekend by the time this goes out. I really have to think about that. But we will be carrying on our games in profile over time. Do a few more of those.
Yeah.
I think I've still got Flam Rouge to put up, which will be really cool. Apart from that, we have our Patreon, as we talked about before, patreon.com/everybodydice. If you really enjoy what we do, maybe throw a couple of bucks our way, and we will, in return, give you a little bit control over our content. And as we mentioned, we do an audio newsletter where at least two of us get a bit drunk and talk about whatever. So that's always kind of cool. Apart from that, thank you very much for joining us. If you want to like, share and subscribe, please do, because that would really, really help us. And there should be some videos on screen somewhere around here, I think. Please do give them a click through as well. Apart from that, thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
See ya.